How can you even get mad if someone calls you a pigeon? It's just funny. Like, am I one of the pigeons from Animaniacs? What, I'm funny like a clown? I'm here to amuse you? Hat Picks. Hello friends, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another edition of Steve's Hat Picks, where we take a look at the best from around the NHL over the past week. The year is 2005. I'm in my high school cafeteria, and we're writing down players for our fantasy draft. Like on paper, which makes me sound like I was born during the War of 1812. Anyway, one of my high school classmates picks Alexander Ovechkin, and I thought, what? A rookie not named Sidney Crosby? Why would you do that? And the answer for that is it's 2022, and here's Alexander Ovechkin scoring his 1400th career NHL point with his 43rd goal of the season.
Off the draw, the Caps come charging ahead. 4 across. Ovechkin's pass gets it back and he scores! Alexander Ovechkin goes bar down. It's 3-1 Washington. Goal number 43, point number 80 on the season, and point number 1400 in the career of Alex Ovechkin.
And only Alex Ovechkin can jam this puck and one-time it through 2 legs, basically. And I think his stick ends up hitting the back of the leg right there of Colton. Colton has no idea. Watch 79's head after he shoots this puck. He can't believe that it goes in. He's looking on his left shoulder, on his right shoulder, but it's the strength, the firmness of the stick, the curvature of the stick, and everybody gets surprised. And when Alex Ovechkin is near, you know that he's going to do whatever it takes to get that blade of his stick onto a puck. And he sniffs it out right there and goes bar down.
He's just so ridiculous. Like, okay, this is probably stretching it a little bit, but I've seen people on occasion throw Auston Matthews' name into the Alexander Ovechkin conversation. And look, if he keeps up the pace, he's got a shot, but that's just the thing. Keeping up the pace. It was incredible that Alexander Ovechkin did this for a number of years in his prime. It is positively preposterous he is still doing this the deeper he goes into his 30s. 1,400 points and a shot at another 50-goal season. This guy's a mutant. That's a hat pick. And if you can believe it, Sid the Kid, Sid Novi, that's who the league was built around in the 05-06 season. Think of all the variables, the lockouts, the time missed because of injury, the COVID shutdown. 3 days after Alexander Ovechkin scores his 1,400th point, so does Sidney Crosby. Oh, and I should mention that it was a game-winning goal in overtime.
Across the slot, can't turn the corner as it's poked by Granlund. Pittsburgh regroups. Matheson turns his way. Right back up ice. He's in. He lost it. Little back pressure from Macomb. It's stolen by Crosby. Crosby waits. Dished across Raquel. Crosby scores! Point number 1,400 for Crosby is an overtime winner.
In this game, he tied the great Yari Curry. He's passed him, and he's at 1,400. And this was a sharp angle at the end of it when he redirected it in, but what a final shift from Matheson, who got in a scrap in this hockey game with Tanner Jeannot, backing up his teammate Letang. And there's your point leaders, NHL all-time. He's got Ovechkin to catch, and the late, great Dale Howardchuk, old Ducky, at 1,409 points. One of the great centermen of all time.
Goal number 514 for Crosby, 19th career overtime winner.
Love this play by Matheson, though. He sees the parting there, and he just drives home. And the first one was stopped. And look at Crosby, steals the puck from Granlund. He waits and waits and waits, tries to play it back to Matheson. Matheson got taken down. But this half slapper here by Raquel was a thing of beauty and a severe angle, a brilliant goal by Crosby to just a one-touch this puck. Outstanding play. Raquel did a great job on the first goal of the game as well. But look at this, there's not much of an angle right there.
I don't remember who said the quote, but it bears repeating anyway. Both Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin had such ridiculous expectations placed on them when they were teenagers in 2005. And somehow they surpassed those expectations. At this point, they're both going to cruise by 1,500 points at some point as soon as next season. Who knows? They're already in the Hall of Fame. Like, no matter what they do for the rest of their career, at this point, they're both just padding their stats. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, let's go into a little category I call players having an unreal season you didn't know about. Roman Josi. I don't hear his name nearly enough in the Norris conversation. Heck, I don't hear his name nearly enough in terms of who is the best Nashville Predator. Philip Forsberg's been pretty good. And UC Saros. They're kind of underrated. And Tanner Jeannot in the Calder conversation. They're full of underrated guys. Which is one of the songs if they ever make Nashville Predators the musical. Here is Roman Josi's 86th point of the season, a new Predators franchise record.
Signed a new contract here.
He has won the job. Josi scores! Roman Josi! He sets the record and ties the game. Number 20 on the season. An absolute rocket. And with 86 points, he has more points in a season than any Predator in history.
Wow, just incredible. Roman Josi sets the franchise record in points as a defenseman. And watch this absolute bomb. Roman Josi just unleashes over Forsberg. And he saw this puck. Fabro head up right away. He knows exactly where he's going. Josi fades out to the far side and just unleashes the fury for a massive record-breaking goal. Unreal.
What was that Lindsay Rowley was reporting on?
The old toe
Adjusting
curve.
the stick plate. Yep.
The old toe curve.
Well, make it 9 slap shot goals.
It's an absolute laser beam, but I can already hear the internet. 86, that's the franchise record? Okay, fine, if that doesn't impress you, he did it as a defenseman. Okay, fine, if that doesn't impress you, he's got 34 points over his last 19 games. You know how many times I read that in producer Drew's email before I trusted it? This is literally what it says. Roman Josi breaks Predators franchise record with his 86th point. 34 points over his last 19 games, LMFAO. 3 hat picks, 3 mutants. Like, Ovechkin, Crosby, Josi, how are any of them doing that? That's a hat pick. What an unreal season for the captain of the Nashville Predators. Again, not enough love. For our next hat pick, you know, the Seattle Kraken have been on the receiving end of a lot of highlights in these videos. They've been in a lot of dang-its, and we've seen a lot of hat picks where they are the team getting scored on, or robbed, or etc. Not this time. Here's Alexander Wenberg just stealing the lunch money off the Chicago Blackhawks.
The support, and as he said all year, right, like a broadcasting year like no other.
Yes. On the heels of a broadcasting year like no other, as Wenberg circles his way in, shot, score! And the Kraken are on the board in the first minute of the second.
Wow, what a play there by Alex Wenberg. An incredible play. And it was just a matter of time before Seattle was going to find the back of the net, but a fake shot. Jake McCabe gets caught standing still, and then Lankinen thinks he's going to go to the backhand, Chris, and then he cuts back to the forehand. Most players would go to the backhand here, but then Lankinen starts leaning, and then all that room is open there, and that is a brilliant goal. I don't know, I haven't seen any of the goals going on in the National Hockey League.
Okay, you know what's an overused term in hockey? Pylon. It is, it's overused, it's too much. You kind of water it down. Pigeon's kind of in the same category. How can you even get mad if someone calls you a pigeon? It's just funny. Like, am I one of the pigeons from Animaniacs? What, I'm funny like a clown? I'm here to amuse you? That being said, Alexander Wenberg absolutely turns McCabe into a pylon here. And it's not a shot at McCabe, it is praise of Wenberg, who, after just freezing McCabe, absolutely freezing him, throws the moves on Kevin Lankinen, and oh heavens, that's one of the nicest goals, no exaggeration, in Seattle Kraken history. That's a hat pick. I'm going to say that for as long as it's funny, and to me, I think we have until at least the end of the season. Maybe we could push it to Christmas. For our next hat pick, we have the Florida Panthers scoring a game-winning goal with 37 seconds to go in the game. Now, before I show you the highlight, a little breakdown. It's 3-3 in a game between the Florida Panthers and the Buffalo Sabres. This is in Florida, by the way. Buffalo has actually been pretty good recently, but even though the Florida Panthers won this in the final minute of the game, this goal will have you wondering how the score wasn't 36 to -3.
Charging down that wing. Couldn't get by Josi Harju with possession. Barkov at the line, holds it in. Here's Huberdeau in front. Back it goes Montour. Barkov with a chance in front. They score! 37 seconds left. Barkov to Bennett. It's 4-3 Panthers.
3rd goal of his career for Sam Bennett. What a shift. The Panthers intercept this pass, keep it in the offensive zone, and look at Huberdeau. Lost his edge. Back to Barkov, and out in front, Bennett with a wide open net. Pretty passing, Montour, Barkov, Bennett. And under 40 seconds remaining.
I mean, like, how do you defend that? Like, do you think they drew that up? You think they talked that out beforehand? Oh yeah. So here's what's gonna happen. Barkov's gonna stop it at the blue line, and then Huberdeau is going to make a pass behind his back while falling, and then we're just gonna do, like, I don't know, just 4 or 5 just total tape-to-tape passes and snipe 2 points, and then I don't know. You want to get something to eat? We can get something to eat. You hungry? What do you feel like? You know, I've seen a lot about the Florida Panthers not playing playoff-style hockey because they score a lot, and scoring is not playoff-style hockey, which feels like a problem that should maybe be addressed. We look at a high-scoring team and we go, oh no, I don't know. But I think this team might be able to outscore their problems. Holy cow. That's a hat pick. Speaking of third period goals, they gave a team a 4-3 lead. That's very specific. Here's Trevor Zegras with a pass that made me smirk.
Balance of having your veteran players back and healthy. Good to see Nate Thompson back, right? And he's made a difference since he returned to the lineup.
Zegras got it in front, and Terry scores. Another highlight reel setup from Trevor Zegras. And Terry tips it home. It's 4-3 Anaheim. He is a magician with the puck, is Trevor Zegras.
Yeah, it's amazing what he does with his feet, too. It's not just his hands. Watch his footwork down low here. As Grant's going to win the draw with some help, he's going to use his feet to start things, and then Zegras is going to do some incredible things right here as he spins around with the puck and on the backhand gets it right to the tape of Terry, and he bunts it up and over into the net. Zegras with another pretty passing play, and Terry with another goal.
I don't even want to talk about the goal. I don't even want to talk about the pass. I remember an article years ago that Justin Bourne, Sportsnet's own Justin Bourne, wrote, and it was about Nail Yakupov when he scored. Remember the game-tying goal that he scored on the Oilers against the Kings, and he went to center ice and he went and he was very happy about scoring a goal with 2 seconds left to tie the game. And what happened? What happened after that? Everyone unanimously was like, that is a good and fun thing that he did. No, they very didn't. They talked about how it was a disgrace to the game. And what Bourne said was, can we please not ruin this one? Now, what ended up happening in Nail Yakupov's career aside, when it comes to Trevor Zegras, can we please not ruin this one? Please. 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 I'm begging you. Please! Please! Anyway, that's a hat pick. Listen, I'm sure everyone watching this video right now, the vast majority of the people watching this video, you've been to a hockey game, whether it's NHL, AHL, what have you. And you probably enjoyed most of them, but there have probably been some games where you don't really remember a specific moment that happened. That does not happen at games where Trevor Zegras is playing. The plays where he doesn't score are more exciting than half of the players who do. Can we please not ruin this one? Please, please. Hat pick, I already said that. For our next hat pick, you know what? I've been hard on the New Jersey Devils because every offseason it seems like they add, and every season it seems like they take no strides at all. Well, here's Captain Nico Hischier taking many strides, and this is pure dominance. Just watch.
Zetterlund for Hischier. Ben trying to stay with him. Hischier, the two captains, switch of directions in the corner. Hischier stick handles all the way and gets it back from Ball. Behind the net now, Hischier. Switch of directions once more, cut to the net. He scores! Oh, it's a highlight reel beauty for Nico Hischier, his 20th of the year, and with 1:11 left in the third period, the Devils have their first lead today.
My God, people are going to need to get clothes back on after this. Talk about a dangle fest. He went all the way around once, pulled it onto the forehand, just completely lost Tyler Seguin. who is trying to track him down, change of direction, around the poke check of Ottinger.
That is a tie-breaking goal in a game with about 70 seconds to go on the road. The players who he deked out were Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin, and if you watch closely, there is a point in the clip where 4 Dallas Stars are in the high slot just to guard him. I think it's easy to look at the New Jersey Devils' struggles and say, I don't know about this team now or in the future. Plays like that, goals like that, make me feel like I've made a big mistake. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, some Auston Matthews goals. Celebrate or fill your diaper accordingly. First, Auston Matthews sets the single season record for goals in a season by a Toronto Maple Leaf with 56.
Back, Giordano shoots, Wedgwood. Steered that aside, Matthews from the corner. Giordano, Matthews one-timer, and there it is! Matthews scores a historic goal number 55 for Auston Matthews! Now the greatest single-season goal scorer in Toronto Maple Leafs history! Breaking Rick Vai's record that has stood the test of time for over 40 years. Auston Matthews, number 55 for number 34.
They finally sold Wedgwood out to get off his post. Giordano's going to play pitch and catch with Matthews on a couple of occasions. He had to respect Giordano in the middle of the ice. He had to come out to the top of the blue paint, and when he did, Giordano puts it right in the back foot of Matthews where he likes it. He gets to drop that knee and just drag that thing through. And there is number 55.
He raged that thing into the net. By the way, big shout out to Harnarayan Singh for filling in for this game and doing an amazing job calling Leafs history. Sometimes you never know what games you're going to get to call, and he got to call that. A truly deserving guy. Love him. One of the best and, dare I say, flukiest hockey pictures I've ever seen. Everyone was talking about the Matthews, like where he stretches out his arms picture at the end of the game, because he scored another goal in this game, and it happened to be the overtime winner. He's ridiculous. He's silly. But for Matthews' record-breaking 55th goal, there's a picture where Mark Giordano's back is to the camera. Mark Giordano wears 55. Only a couple weeks ago, the Leafs didn't have a player with the number 55. It was just meant to be. Who knows? Maybe that's part of the reason they got him. That's a hat pick, but that's not all. Here's Auston Matthews scoring 50 goals in his last 50 games.
Congratulations. Auston Matthews up to center for Marner. Got it in over the line, dropped it back. Here's Bunting in front, and he again scores! Auston Matthews! It's 50 in a 50-game span.
Even when they're not for him, they're for him. It's incredible how pucks follow guys that score goals, and this one follows them. Allen makes a great left leg save.
You know what's hilarious about that is 20 seconds later, he scored again. Again, he's absolutely ridiculous. He scored 50 and 50. Well, 51 and 50 as of the time I'm shooting this. And for those of you shaking your head, yes, he did. Now, the NHL classifies 50 goals in 50 games as 50 goals in the first 50 games of the season. To that, I would say, who cares? Like, literally, who cares? Like, okay, isn't it more impressive that he's doing it now, like in the stretch run when everyone's trying to play their best hockey, instead of at the beginning of the season when everyone's out of practice and still you can see their summer tan? After their first few shifts, you see them on the bench, they're taking the tags off their equipment. Auston Matthews became the first player to score 50 goals in 50 games in any stretch of 50 games in a season since Mario Lemieux did it in 95-96. So the last player to accomplish this was one of the, top 3 players of all time? But no, you're right. It should be the first 50 games for it to matter. You're right. Bet you're a riot at parties. Oh, and he also became the highest scoring American-born player ever in a single season. Forgot about that. And every goal he scores for the rest of the season, the record just grows. He's ridiculous. Can't wait to see where the goal total ends up. That's a hat pick. We'll end with 3 impressive goalies. Number 1, Ilya Samsonov. Welcome to Steve's Paddle Save Emporium.
Gave it away to Backstrom. Wilson bumped off the puck. Kucherov has a lane. He's got Point. He got it to him. Braden Point back. Oh, what a save from Samsonov. wave it off. A miraculous save from Samsonov. The play was still alive, but they call a hand pass and negate the tap-in.
Incredible, absolutely incredible that Samsonov was able to get back here after a brilliant pass by Point back to Kucherov, and the hand pass there before Palat, who hasn't scored in 26. Otherwise, oh my goodness, it would be a 2-2 game. Kucherov does not get his stick on it. Orlov actually out-battles him, and that's why Kucherov's not able to get the stick on it.
Yeah. You know what, Ilya? You're making me want Steve's Paddle Save Emporium merch. Should we make that? Can we make that? Oh. They couldn't hear you, but ooh, that's a hat pick. And we end with a couple legendary passes from goalies. First, Alex Nedeljkovic with a 6 saucer pass for the empty net.
6 against 5 here for Boston. They're at an empty, trying to get even in the game. Nedeljkovic for the empty net with a good pass. Gagne scores! 499 career points for Sam Gagne. He'll seal this one, and they go to congratulate Nedeljkovic, his 2nd assist of the season, adding to the league-leading rookie point total, and the Red Wings up by 2.
Quite a night. Unofficially 50 shots on goal, and Bergeron had a great chance to get another one, and Nedeljkovic stopped that just moments ago before he makes the pass to Sam Gagne.
And a career-high 47 saves for Nedeljkovic.
Wow.
It's the empty net. I mean, it was a key goal and everything in the game to ice it, but who cares about the goal? It's all about the pass from Nedeljkovic. That's a hat pick. And our final hat pick, I think you know what this is, Oilers fans. Oh, yes, you do. Take a look.
Paddled away from McDavid by Reimer. That creates an odd-man rush. Couture dishing off. Burns a shot. Speared by Smith. Smacked down low. It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores! Connor McDavid from Mike Smith, the winner in overtime!
I'm laughing because Mike Smith said, I don't care how bad my leg is. He did the pumpernickel afterwards. What a pass by him. Heads up play. Reimer at one end, plays the puck up the ice instead of freezing it. In overtime, sends his players down the ice. And then Mike Smith with another excellent save. There it is here. Reimer, quick heads up play. It looks like it's going to be a 2-on-1. Ryan McLeod again with a great backtrack. It's the trailer. Burns, though, gets a great A. Look at this. Put it into an area. There's no chance you're beating Connor McDavid to that puck. And what a backhand move under top speed for McDavid up over top of the glove of James Reimer. He was going to make no mistake. Make it 14 games for a point streak for Connor McDavid. He wins it in overtime.
His 12th goal in his last 14 games. That's a way to extend a point streak right there.
Well, you know, you talked about it, Jack. You got to find a way. There's got to be a flurry. It only took a couple flurries. A shorthanded goal, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and an overtime game-winning goal by Connor McDavid. And what a great primary assist by Mike Smith, who battles through the injury and sticks this one out.
You know, with McDavid, they say, oh, you put me on the ice with him and I'll get a few assists. Heck, even the goalie can get an assist. All the goalie's got to do is touch the puck behind the net, and then he just goes and takes it for a walk and he scores. This wasn't that, was it? Mike Smith with a laser beam to Connor McDavid for the overtime winner. Absolutely fantastic stuff. The Oilers are riding high. That's a hat pick. So, did we get all the hat picks? Let us know in the comment box down below. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Oh, I could get a goal on Connor McDavid's line. Ooh.